What's up YouTube, Barcode here, bringing another Heir of Light video. This video is going to be about count reviews. We're going to start on, this review is going to be all Europe, Asia, whatever. It's not on the global server, so I got to change accounts every single time, but I did make accounts in every one so I can review them. The first review today is going to be XiaXia from the EU server in the guild LOL. Laugh out loud, I'm guessing. So shout out to you guys. What he is currently wanting to know is how he can progress. He's currently saving up Charlotte's. Now this was requested 3 weeks ago, so sorry about the delay, but I want to see where he's at. So he's almost at a level 70 nature Charlotte, so that's good. I want to check out the gear real quick. You know, it looks like beast, yep, and then speed in there. I would actually change this glove out to attack, so you can get more damage out, especially since you're running a Spiegel. If you run Spiegel, which also has the passive with Charlotte, I would change this glove out to attack. Maybe you don't have one, or maybe you're just using it for a speed nuker, like for a second turn, which I get because I specifically use speed and glove as well. I'm just currently testing it because it's not too much of a damage output difference, but it does make a difference when there is attack percent there. So you could go either way, which is fine. But I would, you know, if you have awesome speed subs, which it doesn't look like you do, maybe that's why you're going speed and gloves. But once you get good gear, get an 8th slot on that after level 70 and full awakened, then you could definitely work on that. So that is good. You're trying to do Omen 11 and obviously Awakened Dungeons 12. Okay, so what the best way to go about it is I mean, you could go the Nat 5 route. First and foremost, for floor 12 anyway, for the Awakening Dungeons, if you have any light and dark Nat 5s, you can get them to the CP threshold at level 60 if you awaken it to enough, at least the third, to get that necklace piece of gear, and then have every piece of gear 6-starred and plus 15, you should be able to see the CP rise and get you to that floor 12 rating, okay? So first and foremost, work on that. If you have any Nat 5s that you do have dupes of, even if it's not someone that you currently use in the meta or in PvP or whatever, getting to floor 12 is important. That's 3 extra Supremes every time you farm it, or 6 if you use the carrots to refresh it. So definitely transcend them, even if you don't use them, okay? You need 4 of each class for each floor. So if you don't have that, then that's when you want to focus on some Nat 4, Origin 4-star characters that you can easily transcend to get to that CP threshold. And there's a lot of Nat 4s that you can use to get to that point. So definitely do that. You ask about the Heide Dungeon, and I talked about this before in a recent video, but Heide Dungeon is definitely one of my favorite dungeons to farm for, and that is for 3 pieces of gear: Havoc, Wind, and Chain. Wind and Chain is freaking OP pieces of gear if used properly. In my iPvP team, I literally want my nuker and every single of the other 3, even the tank, on Wind. Wind is so good. It's a 4-piece that takes up a lot of space, but having wind on every single character, especially healers for one, because they have the base percentage to proc it, and if you put wind gear on them, it's pretty much all the time that you get that. Okay, so definitely something you want to look forward to on Heide. Now obviously Nature Charlotte is probably not going to work. You can use Ignore Defense to break down Heide to get to the shield part, but you're also going to be needing a nuke, and you can obviously use Nature Charlotte or Fire Lucian as one of the 2, or even Water Heide. So definitely work on getting Heide Dungeon, getting Heide gear, Havoc for those crit damage characters, Chain, and Wind. Okay, the second account review I'm going to do today is for Prayerz. He is on the EU server as well in the guild Eunuch. Now, please, if you are not the specific person, because you actually used 2 Z's in your comment, so if this is not you, I am sorry, okay? but this is what I could find. The other one was 3,000 days haven't logged in. The other one was 3,800 days haven't logged in. This is 20 hours ago, so I'm guessing this is you. Okay, what you're looking to get into is top in PvP and grind out the final tiles from the portals. So let's go ahead and look at what you're using for PvP now. Great, great, and great. Okay, so what you really want to do is, if you're going to use Ishmael, I would farm the Ishmael tiles to transcend him to level 70. Okay, preferably if you have a Camilla, which you should be using this Camilla. Absolutely, in your PvP team. Okay, take out Ishmael, put in Archangel, and then you can do Spiegel. Okay, or what you can also do is go into, you know, if you have an A Sphinx. If you have an A Sphinx, yes you do. So I honestly will tell you to actually, for your PvP team, to do Water Valk, Nature Archangel, and Far Sphinx for now. Okay, that's for now. Preferably, I think the best team for you would be Water Camilla, Water Archangel, and Nature Sphinx. But I see that you don't have the transcendences for Water Archangel, and that's okay. Also, for iPvP, if you want to work on that, Water Carmilla, Nature Archangel, Fire Archangel, and Forest Sphinx. That should be your team. If you don't want to use Fire Archangel, you can go Water Archangel for the sustain for your team, for your Water Valk. Because if they don't get through your Water Valk, you won't have any issues. So, you know, preferably, I think the best team for iPvP for you, because the immunity is nice, but the sustain with Water Archangel is so good. So, and the sustain from Water Valk's passive. Okay, so Water Valk, Water Archangel, Nature Archangel, and Forest Sphinx should be your iPvP team. Okay, now what for the final tile? Okay, you shouldn't really have a problem, I don't think. Now, I think maybe because you're getting higher up, man, you got some good units. Dark Ram, and you got the best 2 tanks in the game. Man, I would farm up some Dark Ram shards, right? And then do all your plus rates on your Water Valk. But anyway, this is definitely something you should be able to do. If you take 1, 2, 3, 4 in your team, you should be fine. I don't see you having a problem. Depending on the element of the world tile, I might get, you know, you might get that. But if you haven't learned already in other things, I'm gonna do a video about skill canceling, which specifically skill canceling. I talked about it on my stream, which is on Wednesdays and Sunday nights. I might change Wednesdays to Thursdays for the PvP Arena Rush, and then I get Sundays for iPvP. Anyway, you can skill cancel anytime that the enemy uses a skill. You can skill cancel it. I'll show it really quick. Alright, look at my little EU noob team here. Look at that. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to skill cancel. You can only do it on the third skills, okay? What you have to do is every time that the enemy uses a skill and that box lights up, right when that box lights up, you can use a third skill to cancel it, and it won't do anything for the enemy, okay? So what I'm going to try to do is work this out perfectly. Hopefully I can, but I'm waiting for the enemy to use a skill, okay? So what I'm going to do is use it here in a second when it lights up, right now. So now, as you can see, hopefully, rewind it if you need to, it cancels that enemy's skill and does not work. Okay, so if you're taking a lot of damage from specific skills, this even works for the monument as well, the tower behind them, okay? If that doesn't work for you, it should. You just have to master it. You can slow down the actual fight to a lower speed and do it that way. But if you're having trouble on higher floors of the world map, the tiles, skill canceling is the best way to go about it. Next EU server account review is Arnezz on the EU server, like I said, with the Guild Blade song. So shout out to you and shout out to your guild, okay? You are a free-to-play player. You have 19,000 carats. I don't know if you still have that now because this was 1 week ago. However, you're looking to figure out what to spend that on right now, okay? You're trying to push higher omen levels. I get it. You can only reach 5th floor, but now it looks like because of Fire Blavatsky, right, and Water Halel, you can do 10. So that is awesome. Okay, it looks like for Heide, you are stuck on the 6th floor. You don't talk about Heide, however, I will try to help you guide into that, okay? So you're not having issues with Omen 10, so that's awesome, awesome, awesome. You don't need to farm floor 11 or floor 12 yet because, you know, you don't have any awakening to the 3rd level. Once you start leveling and awakening them to the 3rd level and able to get the necklace piece, then you want to start working on Omen. So right now I would, tell you to work on floor 11, okay? Now, for your carats, okay, obviously there's 2 things to spend them on. One is, well, 3, I guess you could say. One is experience bun, from the shop, buying the experience, so when you level fodder, you can level it faster. You get the experience bonus, right? For the other one would be to use carats on the rate pluses, right? You would use it on rate pluses. Or you could use it in the black market. And then there's also energy spending, right? You need to play the game, so you need energy, and then you can use either the common summon stones or carats to refresh. So those are the main things you use your carats on. Now, if you still have 19,000 carats, I would definitely recommend to do some rate pluses and try to get yourself either a Valkyrie or an Archangel. You need to decide on which one you really want, okay? Now, I feel like you should go for Valks. The reason being is Valks, it's harder to... When you do an Archangel rate plus, you're going to get a damage dealer, no matter what, and all 3 of them are very good, and they're used for different things, okay? Water is a sustain nuker, fire is a immunity nuker, and nature is just pretty much a nuker who is very hard to kill because of the redemption, right? And has a passive the self-defense buff. With Valkyries, you either get a tank, a damage dealer, or a healer. Now, the thing is why I would tell you to go Valkyrie is because you want to work towards floor 11 awakening dungeons anyway. So the variety for you for Valkyries and having to be able to get the best, one of the 2 best tanks in the game, the best ignored defense champion in the game, and a very good healer with res with a great passive. Valkyries for you, I would spend at least 15,000 carats on it, on just the Valkyrie rate plus. That gives you, if you still have the 19,000 carats, still gives you 4,000 carats to keep progressing, keep doing the world map, keep getting rewards, keep farming, etc. Okay, so I would definitely focus on the Valkyries. Okay, at least try to keep summoning on that until you get a couple of the same Valkyrie, right? So you can transcend them at some point. That is what I would suggest for you to do. For Heide Dungeon, now depending on, you should be able to do it with Fire Enoch. I see you're building Fire Enoch, right? That can be your main nuker. If you bring Anku, and then you bring Spiegel, Fire Enoch, and this is just current team, right? Anku, Fire Enoch, Spiegel, and then Water Halel, who will get a buff in this next patch to have a heal, and is just a great champion with this to have her passive, which you need to awaken her 1 level. Okay, her passive is very good. Okay, if you use those 4 in Heide Dungeon, you should be able to progress that. But like I said, don't farm Heide until you're able to at least be able to equip some necklaces on your characters. That's all the time I have today on this EU server account reviews, okay? These are just the 2 nat5s that I get for logging into the EU server. I'm probably never going to use this, but I wish I could get this water rem on my main account, right? But if you want an account review, please reply below in the description. Look, another rem. Please nature. Please review, comment in the description below your IGN, your server, and your top goal, and also your free-to-play or pay-to-win type of status, okay? And I will get to you in the next account review video. So thanks for tuning in. Make sure to check out my streams on Twitch Wednesday night and Sunday night at 10 p.m. Central. Like I said, I may be changing my Wednesday nights to Thursday nights so I can have a PvP rush stream and then an iPvP rush stream on Sunday. So I will check you guys in the next video. Peace.